Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Viper Toad's Garage. So today we're going to be taking the 2005 Commemorative Edition Viper over to CORDES Performance. They're going to be installing a new clutch and flywheel in it just because the BBG twin disc in there is just a little too aggressive. And I'm just, I hate driving that car because of that clutch. So they're going to throw a stock clutch and flywheel in that car. It's going to drive a lot smoother, a lot better. And I'm excited to take you guys along with me for the ride. Let's go. Real quickly, I wanted to show you guys the blue and white 97 I just got in. It's an insane Archer racing build. Has like $100,000 in receipts into it. More on this later, but yeah, this car is just super wild. It's got this crazy one-off Team Viper racing wing. Bayer 6-piston brakes all around, giant carbon splitter in the front. All right, guys, so moving to the front, it's got this completely carbon custom splitter with closeout panels over here. And over here, it's actually bolted to the bumper. I'm going to take this off and powder coat it satin black. But this is all, I believe, it's just raw carbon fiber. So my idea, I think I'm going to have this all PPF to make it glossy. Just put some gloss PPF on there just to protect it because, I mean, it's in perfect shape. There's not a, there's not a scratch on it. There's no chips or anything like that. Aside from that, the paint is absolutely amazing. The paint is exactly how you would expect for an 1100 mile car. So more on this later. Let's go back to the white 05. We're gonna head over to the storage unit and pick it up. All right, guys, we're here at the storage unit. Let's open it up. Woo! There she is. White 2005 Paxton Blown Commemorative Edition. Let's get her out of here. So good. Just had so much paintwork done. Front bumper, rockers, rear bumper. Bye Tesla. Just cruising. We're in stop and go traffic, so we're only doing about 40. But man, yeah, this thing it sounds phenomenal. It's got the Bellinger headers. Full Bellinger catless exhaust, and yeah, the pops and bangs and all the noises it makes are just spot on. All right, guys, the traffic finally cleared up a little bit, so I can talk to you and cruise in the white 2005 Commemorative Edition. So this car came to me from Reno, Nevada. Older gentleman owned it. He had it about 11 or 12 years. And all the work on this car was done by Dan Cragen out of Specialty Performance Team in California. The car's got a Paxton Novi blower on it, 60/60 trans. It's got KW suspension, same as a Gen 4 ACR. It's got Gen 4 ACR wheels. It's got a Gen 4 hood, all painted to match OEM white with the blue Commemorative Edition stripes. It's a really nice car. I'll show you guys in a later video under the hood, but it's all polished. The blower's polished, the intake manifold is polished. It looks absolutely beautiful under the hood. This car came to me, the front bumper on it was really damaged. It had chipping and cracks underneath. So I knew that buying the car, and I knew I was going to take it to Elite Finishes to have that repaired. But I also noticed when I got it that the rear bumper had a little scratch in it, and it wasn't something that I was able to touch up. So we had the rear bumper repainted. I also noticed that the rockers had a ton of rock chips on it, to the point where I couldn't even look at them. So I had the rockers repainted as well. And lastly, due to an accident at the shop, they had to repaint the passenger door. It got nicked with some equipment they were carrying around, but they fully took care of that. It looks better than new now. This car had a lot of paintwork done. And the one thing so this car drives amazing, starts right up, everything runs perfect, there's no misfires, nothing like that, but the clutch in this car is very difficult to operate. I've had some crazy cars, I've had, started with SRT4 Neon, I've had Talons, Eclipses, I then went on to Evos, WRXs, I've driven all kinds of clutches, but this car, I don't know if it's due to the lightened flywheel or the actual twin disc that's in it, but it's like an on and off switch. There's absolutely no feathering of the clutch. You're either in it or you're not. And when it engages, it's extremely rough. It's really tough to drive. It's not too bad for me now that I'm used to it, but I think the next owner of this car, you know, would have a lot of difficulty driving with this clutch and flywheel setup. So I talked to Joe over at CORDES Performance, and we decided it doesn't need an upgraded clutch. It's not making, you know, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 wheel. It's probably making somewhere around the 650 range. And an OEM clutch will be just fine in this car. So we're gonna throw an OEM clutch and flywheel in it. Hopefully that takes care of all of the drivability issues just from a stop, mostly from a stop. Once you're going, it's totally fine. But when you're stopped and trying to accelerate from a red light, here we go. So see that? It's just, and that's me actually trying. So yeah, it's, you know, we're gonna try to make this thing much smoother to drive, and next owner will really appreciate that. One thing I wanted to note about this car, so Vipers are not known for having great air conditioning, but this thing is the coldest blowing air conditioning Viper I have ever owned. It is ice cold to the point where I'm gonna start turning up the heat because it's too cold. All right guys, we made it to CORDES Performance in the White 05 Commemorative Edition. I think I made it here a little bit early. They're not even open yet. So we're just gonna hang around until someone comes and opens this place up. But man, this thing just looks so sick in the sun. Alright guys, so that concludes today's video. We're going to drop off the White 05 at CORDES Performance for them to install the new clutch and flywheel in it. I'm going to ask Joe if he can throw it on the dyno. He might say yes, he might say no, we'll see. But if he does say yes, then I'll disclose the dyno results in the next video when I come to pick it up. Stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching guys. Peace.